Hello class, I was going to be doing my lesson plan based on the story The Magic Pot. I linked a video to the discussion board in case anybody wanted to watch the video, but to start, a little background about the video is that it's a folktale. It was told in China, and I just really liked the story, and I thought it fit perfectly with everything I wanted to revolved my lesson plan around. But when I'm showing students the video, I'm planning on pausing it, getting them to make educated guesses, getting them to use clues through the setting and character, so they can just make assumptions and guesses based on what they're seeing. But the overall understanding for my lesson is to get students to deeply think about the story, to see the message that's behind the story using the tools that I'm giving them. But the content areas of my assignment is going to be ELA and reading for second graders, and the big idea of the lesson is to get students to be understanding a story using elements such as characters, settings, and cultural elements. So a summary of what I want the students to be doing is, after the video, I was going to be splitting them up into groups of 4, and I was going to ask them to break down the story, and they will also be asked what information they use to understand the meaning behind the folktale. They'll be asked, like, what events led X to happen. And a description of my visual is students will choose a facilitator to lead their group. After the group discusses, they'll all go up to the front of the classroom and kind of just share their ideas of what they thought the big message ultimately was behind the story. Here are some key standards. One being recount stories, including fables and folktales from diverse cultures, and determine their central message, lesson, or moral. Use information gained from the illustrations and words in a print or digital text to demonstrate understanding of its characters, setting, or plot. Refer to parts of stories, dramas, and poems when writing or speaking about a text, using terms such as chapter, scene, and stanza. Describe how each successive part builds on earlier sections. And last, analyzing how writers and speakers use vocabulary and other language resources for specific purposes, depending on modality, text type, purpose, audience, topic, and content area. So my lesson objectives, or my learning goals: 1, students will be able to understand lessons behind culturally diverse folktales as they are shown a video of the story The Magic Pot, which is written by Pleasant Despain and was originated in China, like I had mentioned. And then once they are familiar with the story, I was going to be asking them to create a booklet to get them to kind of like teach maybe a student. It could be like a student a grade younger than them, or just someone that hasn't read the story, just so they're to fully know that they're familiar with what the story is trying to tell you. And I'll be asking them guided questions, kind of to lean them towards making a prediction towards the plot or like the meaning behind the video, without giving them the answer, just kind of coaching them towards it. But I really think that this group of 4 thing will really get students to be thinking harder. And then by migrating it for ELL students, I would want the ELL students, especially if it's someone that really doesn't speak a lot of English, I would want them to make sure that they're in a group with people that do, with the extroverts, the people that talk more. And then I would want them to kind of what words they've put together, the few words that have stood out, and the characteristics through stories. And it doesn't have to be anything detailed. I just really want them to know, like, that they know these key elements and these key words and these key situations in the story. And then for the assessment, just since this whole lesson is very hands-on, I really don't want to throw them this big ol' assignment. So I kind of just wanted to do like the exit ticket type assignment, where I'm asking students like, what values have you learned through this book? And I feel like when you say that that really just kind of opens up their mind and just gets them, when you think personally and you can kind of like self-reflect, then it can really bring out like how you can use the values in this story to your daily life. But so what I wanted to close this off with, just that this lesson will be a great foundation for future assignments to the students. Just getting them to kind of read between the lines and make predictions and just using settings, while using events that have happened. Just really want them to self-reflect and really just use the tools that they have correctly. And this lesson will also make students reflect critically on self-characteristics and values, and they'll know how to break down the story using these different elements, such as little things, even like where a story character is at, or like what they went through and how that can make them now. Just little things to get them to open up their mind and really self-reflect. But yeah, this was my lesson plan. Thank you all for watching, and sorry again about the quality. But yeah, thank you guys.